In the heart of Seattle's quaint Queen Anne neighborhood, nestled between weathered bookstores and cozy cafes, sat a curiosity of a thrift shop that time seemed to forget. Juniper's Treasures wasn't a particularly large store, nor did it boast any neon signs or modern tech touches, but for the curious soul, its treasures were infinite. On a dreary October afternoon, when leaves danced in the chill breeze and raindrops pattered on colored umbrellas, Lydia, a bookish college student with a penchant for vintage trinkets, wandered in. As she stepped inside, her boots squeaked on the worn oak floorboards, and her umbrella dripped a puddle by the welcome mat. The shop smelled of aging paper, roasted coffee beans, and dusty memories. Lydia loved antique shops and the wonders they held. As she browsed the cluttered aisles, fingertips brushing spines of antique books and edges of ornate jewelry boxes, a sleek vinyl record caught her eye. It was tucked away on a back shelf, simply labeled in flowing cursive, Pandora's Melody. Drawn to the mysterious album, Lydia decided to take a chance and purchase it for a mere $5. She pictured listening to the vintage record in her cozy apartment, curled up on her bay window seat, a warm cup of chai tea in hand. The record seemed like the perfect addition to her eclectic collection. That night, Lydia carefully placed the needle onto the glossy black record. Crackling filled the air as the vinyl spun. As the first sultry notes floated through her moonlit room, an inexplicable euphoria washed over Lydia, leaving her breathless. The melody was hauntingly beautiful, achingly familiar yet foreign, ancient yet fresh. Each rich note resonated within her, plucking at the very fibers of her being, filling voids in her soul she never knew existed. Time seemed to fade away, blending minutes into hours, into days. Lost in the album's siren song, Lydia didn't notice the inky shadow that manifested in the corner of her room. As the final melancholic note played, the shadow solidified into a tall, faceless figure draped in rippling robes, darkness billowing from its form. The figure raised a long, bony finger, pointing at Lydia's cherished photo album sitting on the bookshelf, a collection of memories spanning her entire life. Before Lydia could react, the album disintegrated into fine ash before her eyes. In a voice that sounded like the haunting whisper of ancient trees, the figure uttered, "For the joy you've taken, a price must be paid." The ominous form vanished as quickly as it came, leaving Lydia in stunned, breathless silence amongst the remnants of her precious memories scattered on the hardwood floor. Terrified, Lydia returned to the thrift shop the next day, only to find it boarded up, cloaked in cobwebs, appearing as though it had been abandoned for decades. Desperate for answers, Lydia researched the origins of Pandora's Melody, uncovering chilling tales of others who had come across the cursed vinyl, each experiencing euphoria unlike any other, but followed by the loss of something priceless. She learned the album was rumored to have been crafted by a scorned musician in ancient Greece who sought to trap raw human emotion into song, envious of the legendary Pandora. But like Pandora's box, the music came with a grave cost once released into the world. Haunted by her lost memories, Lydia vowed to warn others of the bewitching melody. She started a blog, meticulously detailing her experience and the sinister history of the song. Soon, countless others emerged from the shadows, sharing their own tales of unbridled joy, followed by heart-wrenching loss. The legend of Pandora's Melody spread far and wide, but like the treacherous allure of Pandora's box, many still desperately sought the record out, tempted by its beguiling promise of unparalleled joy. In dingy thrift shops, hidden corners of antique malls, and underground collectors' forums, fervent whispers surrounded the cursed vinyl. To some, obtaining the euphoria-inducing album became an obsession without end, as addicting as the melody itself. Others simply refused to believe the chilling tales of loss left in the song's wake. Lydia watched with sorrow as the alluring myth of Pandora's Melody grew. She continued warning potential victims through her blog, but felt powerless against the haunting grip of the music. With each new story of ecstasy and despair, her guilt grew. If only she had not given in to her own curiosity that fated rainy afternoon. The melody continued spreading its bittersweet gift to listeners across the globe. As more lives were left shattered by its paranormal power, Lydia realized the true cost of the song. It drained life, light, and meaning wherever it traveled. She knew now the purpose of her lost memories. The record demanded sacrifice, so it could continue feasting on human emotion, growing ever stronger. Lydia vowed to end the curse before the insidious tune consumed all that was good in the world. After months of tireless research, she tracked the record back to its origin, a remote village in Greece. There, she discovered an ancient ritual for purifying dark magic. At long last, Lydia finally broke the curse, freezing the melody's power and stopping its phantom creator. Though Pandora's melody can still be found today, its notes now carry a warning instead of heartache. Lydia's story stands forever as a reminder that unchecked curiosity and blind desire can unleash great darkness, and that hope remains as long as there are those willing to fight back against the shadows.